Clam.
Clam. CL. Very common combination in English. When CL goes together, cla.
Clam.
Clock.
Cloak. Calm, cloak, clear, clean, clear.
CL sound. Yeah. And that's our weather. So now we have some news. Uh-oh. Is there any news? News. Around the world. What's happening in the world?
World Cup.
The World Cup. Wow. What happened? What happened? What?
Like in the Qatar.
Well, what happened is something happened. When you said Qatar, that's where.
Where, yeah.
Where is Qatar?
Qatar.
That's the place for the World Cup. Remember where? Place. What is something that happened? Who won?
Saudi.
What?
Saudi.
The last game, Saudi Arabia against Argentina. And who won?
Saudi.
Saudi Arabia won.
Yeah.
And who was expected to win?
Argentina.
Argentina is gonna win.
Messi.
They were favored and they lost. I'll give you a word for that. That's called
Upset. An upset.
an upset. That's a term, when we use the word upset, we often use it like, oh, my stomach doesn't feel good. Upset stomach, not good. But when we use it in sports, it means one team gonna win. Yes, but it doesn't happen. Upset. So it's a surprise, like a surprise. Surprise, yeah. In a game. So if you hear that term for sports, you'll understand what it means. So we have the World Cup. What else do we have? Besides World Cup. This one's kind of fun, entertainment. People enjoy watching soccer, playing soccer. Whoa! Having a good time watching. Unless you're from Argentina, they're upset in both ways. They're upset about the upset. So what else happened? This is something not good.
Indonesia.
What happened?
Cook up.
What?
Cook up.
No.
Tsunami.
Oh, well, it hasn't happened yet, but
Earthquake.
earthquake. Do we know earthquake?
Yeah.
When the ground is shaking?
Whistle.
Yeah. And many people, their houses collapsed. Yeah. I heard that on the news today. They're digging people out. Earthquake. Yeah. Very.
What's the word? Indonesia?
Where are we? Right here?
Yes.
Indonesia.
Huh?
Indonesia. Let's sound it out. Indonesia. If you say Indonesia, that's good too.
I like Indonesia's country.
Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is Indonesia?
Asia.
Pardon?
Asia.
Asia or Asia? Which part of Asia?
Bangladesh.
South Asia.
Asia.
Yeah, South Asia. Yeah. And Indonesia is kind of different in that Indonesia is made up of
Iceland.
Many island.
islands.
Islands.
This word island
Island.
has an S in it, but you don't hear it. Island, just silent S. Island. Island.
Islands.
Many islands. How many? I think there were like,
Islands.
somehow I seem to think there's like thousands, like 3,000 islands in Indonesia.
Something like that.
This map won't show it.
All the country, islands.
Pardon?
All the country, islands.
Show you. We'll put it in place.
West Java.
Notice here, China coming down through here, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, Cambodia, Malaysia, notice here. Can you see the pink?
Yeah.
Malaysia, two different islands. This is all part of Indonesia here. Sumatra, over here. This is the big island, Sumatra. And all the way through here, islands throughout here. It doesn't even show all of them. There's many islands in Indonesia.
Google says that there are 17,500 islands.
How many?
17,500.
17,000? 500?
17,000. I think some of them don't have people on them.
More than 7,000 are uninhabited.
Yeah, so that means still 10,000 or more with people on them. So Indonesia is from here to here is a long way.
Indonesia is a big Muslim country.
Indonesia, yes. I think the population of Indonesia is over 200 million.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the exact number, but I think its population is very large. Indonesia.
276 million.
276 million, yeah.
Before the two country, there are more island independent.
There's more islands, what?
The new country.
Oh, was Papua New Guinea?
Yeah.
Well, here's, this over here, New Guinea, is its own country. You have to remember that Indonesia, in history, we know about indigenous people. Remember indigenous people? Small group of people. Many of those islands in Indonesia, for a long time, this island, this people, this indigenous people, its own place. But then becomes a bigger country. So many of these islands speak different languages, indigenous languages. When you look here, you can't tell, but what's it like in New Guinea? It's very warm, it's full of forest and jungle and mountains. And so you'll notice here, if you can see, this part is yellow and this part is purple. That's man-made, like a boundary. For example, hey Arafat, come in. This line right here on this side, my country is Indonesia, and you go like this, my country is New Guinea. These are boundaries. But I would imagine that this shaking of the ground, I'm not sure exactly where it was, which part. I have to look, but I just heard it this morning. Did anyone been to Malaysia? Have you been to Malaysia? Yes. Can you see up here, Malaysia? Many of my students that are here from Yemen came to the United States by way of Malaysia. From Yemen to Malaysia to Korea, then to USA. So, and plus other places. Some people from Yemen to Djibouti to Egypt to Hamtramck, along the way. I have a student in my afternoon class from Ukraine. Do we all know Ukraine?
Yes.
In the news every day, war in Ukraine. She is from Ukraine, but she came from Ukraine to Mexico to USA. So people come to USA going to different countries first. Not always. Look at all these. All these spots that you see here are islands. Wow. Why? Where did they come from? How did they happen to be? Volcanoes. Do you know volcanoes? With the so the earth is still making more volcanoes here. Yeah. And some land is coming up through volcanoes, and some of the islands here, the ocean is going up. And what's going to happen to these islands? What will happen when the water comes up? Pardon? Flood. Flood. So what will these people do? What will they do? Move. They will have to move. If your island is covered with water, you get on a boat, go somewhere else. So this will be happening as the oceans rise. I know there's one here off India that when it storms and there's a tsunami, the whole island has got a little water on it. Oh, it's scary. So anyway, that's our news for today. Then this is old news, but I'll give it to you anyway as a reminder.
Thanksgiving Thursday.
Giving Thursday. Tuesday.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. Always pay attention when you see Thursday and Tuesday. Take a second look so you don't get them mixed up. So Thanksgiving is on Thursday. And so just a reminder, now that we're all here, the school is closed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and
Monday.
come back next Monday.
Monday.
Yeah. And what is happening on Friday?
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Black Friday. And what will people do on Black Friday?
Electronics.
Sell.
Pardon?
Shopping. Sale.
Shopping.
Go to the shop.
We like that word, shopping.
Shop.
Half
Why shopping?
price. Everything is
Half price? What else can we say?
Discount.
Discount,
discount.
Special price.
special price,
Sale price.
sale price. Man, you're good. You're good.
Black Friday. So basically what I did Black Friday. So root by खाना जाएगा Black Friday shopping up.
I have to show you this.
आमाको के कुन तपाईँ देना रे भाई
We talked about this last week,
बुआर जगह ना है
about
बोस्ती क्या
here it is. We talked about credit cards
Yeah.
and ATMs.
Mhm.
See if I can get the signal. It says here, string of card skimming thefts. Card skimming, what does that mean? Credit card skimming. Remember I showed you when you little slot right there,
Yeah.
put your credit card in, zip,
Slow.
in the slot.
Hmm.
Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. Kind of works like this. Special plastic. I have a credit card. And I go to the ATM and you go like this. And then do your business. Some people who are not very nice, it's called a thief.
Hmm.
Do we know thief?
Yeah.
A person is a thief who steals. And when they do that, it's called theft. Stealing is called theft. The person is called a thief. Well, I better put that one up because it's a good VF word. They put something in here. You can't see it. It's slipped in there like a plastic. And it records your number and name. When you put it in and pull it out, it's on this plastic. You don't see the plastic. Then that person comes and goes with the plastic and looks on that plastic, and there is your name, your account number, and they can take everything in this. So here it says, in this story, a mom, a mother, she used the ATM at the Bank of America, could be any bank, and on South Broadway, I think this must be in New York, and her money was wiped out. What does that mean, wiped out? Gone. If you're wiped out, it means all your money is gone. And it showed that someone had put one of those, it's called a card reader. It's a card reader. And so she was able to contact her bank. They had some arrangement for theft and so on, but she got her money back, but some people don't. Which is why I mentioned this to you. When you have a choice of putting a card in and pulling it out to do your money transaction, or tap. You know the tap? It just reads it, goes straight to the transaction place, the bank. Much safer. Tap is better than slide in and out. But the other thing is the ATM card or the ATM machine. Where is it? I don't use one that I don't know the place where I am. So if I go into Kroger store, they have, if you go in Kroger store, there are people there watching. But if you have an ATM machine, nobody watching it, people can actually pick up the whole ATM machine and walk away. So it's something to remember. Little safety for your transactions. Yeah, I saw that right after I had brought that up for you. Remember this?
Thief. Thieves.
Thief is a person.
Yeah.
One.
Thief.
Thieves.
More.
More than one.
Left. Leaves.
Yeah. Sometimes with this F, the plural becomes VES. Thief, thieves, The sound is a bit different. So we talked about Thanksgiving, and let's see if I have any more of these little. Where did I put them? Anyone see where I put my, did I run out? The one where you're reading, New England. We have some new people here. I thought I had plenty of them. These. I may have to. How many do we need? Who's missing one? Now, Auni, do you have one? Yes. Let me,
Training sheet.
sorry, yeah, get 5 more copies.
I can do that.
You want to say, yeah, they can do it right away.
Sure, I can do.
Pardon?
I can do. I can
Of
do.
course, are you leaving?
Yeah.
When will I see you again?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, very good, you got it. Yeah. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you sign in?
Yeah.
I thought I had more, but I... So, while we're doing that, let's answer some questions. What will you do on Thanksgiving Day, Thursday? What will you do? Pardon? What will you do?
Candy.
I will do family time.
She said, I will do family time.
Yeah.
So we would say, I will be with my family. We would say, I will have family time. Usually when we use the word do, it means some action. So, anyone else need one? What else? Tell me something else someone will do. Or on Thanksgiving. Pardon?
Cooking the turkey.
I will
What else?
turkey.
What else will people do?
I will cook turkey.
Rahul, what will you do Thursday?
You see front.
Thursday, Thanksgiving, what will you do?
I will shopping.
No, not stopping. It takes many time. Is cooking is turkey.
What will you do? You say, I will, what? Will you stay home?
Yeah.
So let's,
No stay home.
Be at home.
yes.
Still.
Stay at home means don't leave. You stay at home. And we had already done be with family. Thackeray, what did you say?
I will go to restaurant. I working.
Go to
We'll go to
I
work.
go to my
Yes.
relative house.
You will what?
My relative house.
I will go
To
to
relative
my
relative
relative's
House.
house. Some people would say, I will visit
Yeah.
my relative. Do we know visit?
Yeah.
And we have cook, turkey, anyone else? What else? What are you doing, Brian?
Well, I think there's a parade downtown.
I will. Do we know parade?
Yeah.
What is a parade?
Walk.
Food.
People walk.
People, more people is walk.
A parade, the Thanksgiving parade is a big one. And you stand on the side of the street and big displays come through of things that people made. Big cartoon characters coming by and people, kids like it a lot. Young kids like it. And it's free. It's on Woodward toward downtown. Yeah. Thanksgiving parade, it's the big one. It'll be on television. If you don't want to go, you can watch it on TV.
Yes.
I don't want to go, but we will go anyway.
It's good. Well, I think it's going to be a nice day on Thursday. Sunny like this. Some days I've been to the parade and it's snowing. Ooh, windy. So that's on Thanksgiving. Anyone else? Anyone else doing something special on Thanksgiving? I'm doing something special on Thanksgiving. I'm going with my daughter and my wife to a national park in California.
Oh.
My daughter lives in California and we are flying out tomorrow and meeting her. And then on Thursday, we're hoping that because it's Thanksgiving and everyone is busy eating all day long, they get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and cook and cook and cook and cook and then eat and eat and eat and eat. That's American tradition. People are lucky because there's plenty of food, it seems. And we're going to a national park and it might not be crowded. What does that mean, crowded? Crowded.
Too much people.
Yes, a lot of people.
Kumasla.
Not crowded means not a lot of
crowded.
people. Okay. For example, crowd. What is a crowd?
No, too much people.
Too many people. So you will see at the World Cup game in the stadium, wow, so many people. Crowd. Crowd. You will see on Friday, someone will, who has decided they're going to go shopping at
Shopping
5 a.m.
Crowded.
and they're going to go to Best Buy and Target and all the stores, and there's going to be a lot of people crowded. Yes, at the stores, crowds. So be careful. I wanted to get in first. Me. Crowd. Okay. So now does everyone have here this one? Yes. Okay. let's read this and go through. This is sort of a reading and then comprehension afterwards. Let's start at the back today. Saham, can you start us off?
People often talk about
What's the title?
The first
Long
one.
art, New England. People often talk about birth of the United States as the South, the West. The main West or New England. What is New England? New England is a
Region.
region of 6 states. Many
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire,
Massachusetts,
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island,
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Connection,
This one doesn't sound like what it looks like. It's pronounced Connecticut. Connecticut. Yep. There's some extra C's in there we don't hear. Connecticut. And
and Vermont.
Vermont. Yep. This is New England. What does that mean, New England? New England.
6 states.
Pardon?
UK, no?
What is England?
London?
That's Old England. And this is New England. It means people from England came to these places and said, we're going to live like English people in this place. And they called it New England. We could say, Hamtramck is New Yemen or New Bangladesh. People give places a little name like where they come from. So actually there's a place just up on Joseph Campo, they call it Bangla Town because so many people from Bangladesh live there. So anyway, do we know where these places are? Where is this? Trustee Mayor? What am I? Yeah, missing. Better look for it. New England. These are the original New England states: Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Do we see that? That's where the English, people from England, had settled at first. Let's, who's next? Yeah, back.
But now England is
Not
Not very good.
Not very weak.
England is
Not.
and has history, not England. Not England is the world's part of the United States, so of the
First,
best England.
English.
English,
Colonies.
colonies
No.
there in the
Revolution
Revolution
began
began in Not England.
In New England.
No England.
Okay, so there's a lot of important things in here. It's telling us that it's a small area, not very big. 1/3 the size of Texas. Here's Texas, it's really big right here. This part is not very big. It's also telling us a word here, revolution. The American Revolution. Do we remember that word? What is it? Revolution.
Revolution. The people.
The people, yep. Keep going. The people what?
Scream.
Scream?
Scream.
Fight?
Yeah. Like that. Fight.
Fight?
Yeah.
In a revolution, people change everything
Yeah.
in the government. So when we talk about the American Revolution, it means that the American people, the people, changed the government. So the government at first was the English government from England. And the people in the United States said, no, no, we want our own government. That is called the American Revolution. You have to remember, these are now states.
Maine,
Maine, all of these are states.
Mississippi.
These are the first of the English colonies. Remember the word colony? Who remembers colony?
State.
What is a
Area.
colony?
Area.
A colony is a place where people go, but another place runs it, has their own government. So you have to remember that England, people from England came here, and they lived here, and they tried to make a living, but who was the boss? England. England was the boss, the leading country. And we call these colonies. So we know it's talking about the first 6, but just to remind us, eventually there were 13 original colonies. Remember that? 13 original colonies that became the 13 original states, United States. I better put these up here. Found it.
Oh, good.
Colony
Revelation.
and revolution.
Revolution.
New government.
New government. Colony.
One area controlled by
Controlled by another.
another.
One area
Controlled by another.
is controlled by another. So we have to remember, in history, in the world, people have been doing this for a very long time. Colony. Let's go on here to, which paragraph are we on?
How
We-
the
We did 2, first paragraph, second paragraph,
Third paragraph.
and now what? What's the,
Third.
Rana? Third.
Yeah.
Third paragraph. Okay, keep going in the back. Yeah.
Who did now England got his name and English name Manchester Johann
Smith, John Smith.
Smith
Yeah.
come to America in 1614.
Now, how would we usually say that? 1614, when we talk about years. What's the way Americans say that date?
1614.
1614. Yep.
He explored the coast of Maine and Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Who thought about England when he saw the one he made a map of the area and named it now England the Pilgrim.
Pilgrims. Pilgrims.
Followed his map when they come to the United States. Soon everybody used the name New England for this part of America.
Very good. So when did this happen? What year?
1614.
Wow. 1614, a very long time ago. People from England came to the United States, what is now the United States, and the guy's name, the man's name, the first guy, what's his name?
Englishman.
John Smith.
No.
And so the group of people that came had a special name. They were called you may see this in history.
Pilgrims.
Pilgrims. It's a group of people that came from England. They didn't like it there anymore, and so they came to these 6 states trying to make a living. Pilgrims. Yeah, pilgrims. You have to remember that when they came here, when they came to the what is now the United States, there were people still living here. There were people here. And what are they called? The people who were living here first, the first people, what do we call them?
Indigent.
Almost. Indigenous. Indigenous means first people, the people who lived there first. Sometimes you have to remember, we do this a lot, they're often referred to as
American
American
indigenous.
Indians. Or
First people.
first people, yeah. Yeah. So there were people living here. Let's go on here to Auni, next paragraph.
The United States was born, New England became the center of
Culture.
culture, development,
Culture.
art, literature, and
Culture.
this area. The first
Important.
important schools start the
Literature.
faculty,
University.
university start in
Cambridge.
Cambridge,
Cambridge,
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. In 1626.
Okay, what year?
In
1636.
How do we want to say that?
1636.
1636. That's the way it's usually done. Go ahead, honey.
Later, people from New England want to live in other person.
Other parts?
of country.
Other parts of the country. They took New
The
England
New England
Ideas.
and culture with them.
data would
And what's that word?
Culture.
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 would die.
Auni? Culture.
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 T-U-R-E? Sure.
Culture.
Culture. Yeah. What is culture?
Music,
Music? Art? What else?
tradition,
Tradition. What you eat?
No.
How you eat it? What you wear?
Yeah.
How you wear it?
yeah.
How you speak?
How you live,
How you live?
behavior,
How you behave?
Yeah.
How you say hello, goodbye? Everything. Your culture.
how you
Culture.
doing?
That word in there, literature. What is literature? Literature.
Roman, writer,
Education.
why?
It's the written language.
Yeah.
Usually when we talk about literature, it means the writings of a culture. Literature. Notice here, Harvard University. Do we know Harvard?
Yeah.
Yes.
London.
Who has gone to Harvard University?
London.
Who went there?
Oh.
Anyone you know that went to Harvard?
No.
No.
I went there. I walked through it. Hello, Harvard. And then I walked out the other door. I visited Harvard.
Harvard
But
University.
we have many, many very famous people that have gone to Harvard. One of which was
Cambridge.
Barack Obama
Yeah.
went to Harvard. The Kennedys went to Harvard. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. There's so many. Harvard University. Very old university in Cambridge, Massachusetts. There was another one in here. I want to go back up here to the third paragraph. These question words.
How did you get its name?
How did? These are question words. How did?
All the day.
They won.
The way.
No way.
What way? How did is a question, and we know it's past tense. How did New England get its name? What is the way New England got its name? So it's telling us that through the story. There was another question on here, or thing. Fourth paragraph. Down here it says, Harvard University started in what year?
1636.
1636. Then it says later. What does that mean? Later. After. Following 1636, later in time, something happened. People from New England went to live in other parts of the country. And they took New England ideas with them.
Ideas and
So this
Culture.
is interesting for you that live here in the Detroit area, because what language do we speak here in Michigan, in Detroit area?
Arabic, Bengali,
culture.
English is what we're trying to teach people. That's the business
Culture.
language. Except if you go to Al Haramain, then they're going to speak Arabic.
Yeah.
Or if you go to a restaurant up on Conant, they're going to speak Bengali there. But English is the language. But at one time, it wasn't English. It was French. Detroit was a city, Detroit. It was a French city. And the people who lived here were French, including some of my wife's relatives that lived here in Michigan, who were from France. Detroit was a French city, and across the water in Windsor, do you know Windsor
Yes.
in Canada?
It's Canada.
Right across. That was English. That was English on Canadian side, French on this side.
Quebec.
Pardon?
Quebec.
Quebec is still French in Canada. Quebec was French Canadian. Ontario, here, English Canadian. And they've been challenging each other for a long time. But anyway, sometime in the early 1800s, France and England had a, what's that called? Two countries fighting? War. And who won? English or French?
English.
England won. Yes. So the United States, Michigan, Detroit became English and not French. And in Michigan, Michigan at this time was not a state. That took a long time after that to become a state. So let's take a look down here at the vocabulary. We're going to do some questions. Now notice that you're on your way.
I am. I hope everyone
So-
has a great Thanksgiving.
Enjoy, you too, and
Till Monday.
Yep,
Yeah.
see you Monday.
See you Monday.
Yep, and I hope you have a wonderful trip.
anything that
and-
comes up, you can always call me, but you have a great time.
Yeah, good trip to see your daughter. All right.
Thank you,
See
yep.
you.
So, we have colonies, means more than one colony. Then Englishman, what is an Englishman? A man from where?
England.
From England. Map, what is a map?
Looking at.
Yes, a picture of locations for
This map.
city, United States, the world. Culture, we just did that. All the things that people do in their society. Revolution,
A new government.
a new government. Oh, here's a good one we didn't do. Explored. Explored.
Discover.
Yeah, explore means to look for something new, to discover, explore. Pilgrims,
People.
people that came from where?
No.
What land? What
England.
place did they come from?
United States.
They came from England to the United States. And then, of course, the last word is literature.
Literature.
The writings, things that people have written. Let's go over here and number one, Rahul.
John Smith traveled around the coast of Mississippi and Maine to see what it was like with means he.
What word goes in there? Look around to see something. What? Explored. Very good. It's hard. Thank you. It's hard for me to hear everything in the back. I need to get a better hearing aid. Explored. Number 1.
No.
Explored. Write that in. Number 2, Pekri.
New places where people move that have their clothes and leaders of their own country are called colonies.
Colonies. Number 3, Abdelkader.
Is beliefs,
Beliefs.
beliefs, ideas,
Values.
values, and knowledge group of people share from history. Culture.
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 Notice here's another one. Beliefs. Yeah. Beliefs are things that people believe. Beliefs. F to V. Beliefs. Next one. Go ahead, Butter. Number 4.
The first US
Settlers
settlers from a group
from Europe.
Europe, where they come.
Let's read it and then we'll figure it out. Go ahead. They came.
Okay.
Immigrants.
Go ahead. Read number 4 and we'll get the word in there.
Pilgrim.
Now, read the whole thing, Butter.
Again,
Yes.
that first was
Settlers.
settlers from a group
Wait. Europe.
Europe, where pilgrims they come.
They came.
They came.
Keep going.
To the United States because of their
Beliefs.
beliefs about rights,
Religion.
religion,
Wait. Religion. Religion. Almost. Religion. Perfect.
God
And God.
and God.
Yeah.
And God.
Religion.
Religion and God.
Very good. Parapet. Number 5.
It happens when people are unhappy and apply their
Leaders.
Revolution.
What is it?
reflection.
Revolution. Revelation?
Revolution.
What?
Revolution. What's this one?
Revolution.
Revolution.
Revolution. Revolution.
Revolution.
Lucian.
Revolution.
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 Okay, number 6 up here, Fatima.
The books and other written things in a culture are its
Literature. 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 Very good. Number 7, Smaya.
A picture or drawing of a place that shows you where other place and things area is a map.
Excellent. Map.
A man from England is called an Englishman.
An Englishman. Englishman. Very good. There's something I wanted to show you here. Oh, I know what it was. Do we all have this? Did you write it in?
Yes, please.
This is kind of important.
American Revolution.
The American Revolution, and we will talk more about this. This happened when the United States and England broke apart.
Yeah.
So this happened in the date, da-da, that's when it started. A war.
1776.
The American Revolution. This is talking about governance. This is a government thing. Revolution in a government. Many countries have had a revolution from one government to another. Yemen has had revolutions, one government to another. There have been revolutions in what is now Bangladesh. When Bangladesh was part of India, then part of Pakistan, then East Pakistan, then Bangladesh. Revolution. That's a government thing. But it's also in science. A word we should know in physical science. And that's where the government things come from. Here's the earth. And when the earth goes one time around, so that part is up again, that's one revolution. Something that turns. A revolution. So in your car, when the engine is going, it's going inside. Revolutions. It's a physical thing, changing all the way around. Revolution. So you will see that in your car. It says, sometimes my car used to have a little thing on this, says RPMs, revolutions per minute. How many times is your engine spinning per minute? Revolution. So we know that this is a government thing, a revolution, but it also means a science thing meaning something is turning. So if I said, if I'm working in my garage fixing something, and it says, turn the cap 1 revolution. See, it's facing me.
Yeah.
Can you see this end piece looking at me?
Yeah.
1 revolution, I have to turn this all the way around. Ta-da! 1 turn. A 1 turn is 1 revolution. 2 revolutions?
2
2 times. Revolution. So revolution means basically turn around. Turn. So just a little, know that this word in government comes from one government turns into another one. That's where it comes from. This is an important one. And just to review, because it comes up, the American Revolution,
1776.
1776.
Original.
Colonies.
became
States. Original states.
the first 13 states,
Or-
the first original states. Michigan was not an original state.
New
No.
Hampshire,
Pardon?
New Hampshire,
Yes, there's
Newark, New Jersey,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Yeah. So this is important. This is the American Revolution.
1976.
And there's a special date that goes with 1776. The day in history in 1776 when the United States said, King George of England, we don't want you anymore. What is that date? What?
4th July. July 4th.
July 4th.
July 4th.
And that is called Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Independent means free of someone else.
Yeah.
Independence Day. Wanted to see if I have this book here. These, you know, because we're talking about Thanksgiving on Thursday, you have to remember that these pilgrims that came to the United States wanted to practice their religion. Potter, we're going to try it again.
No.
Let's pronounce it.
Religion.
Regulation.
Religion. Religion.
Religion.
Yes.
Religion.
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 Religion, yes. Religion. So if someone says, what is your religion? You would say,
Muslim.
Muslim.
I'm Muslim.
Christian.
I'm Muslim.
Religion.
Huh?
Religion. That is part of culture.
Yeah.
Religion. Religion.
Christian.
Religion.
Religion.
Religion. The pilgrims, what were the pilgrims? What were they?
Pilgrims.
What were they? What kind of people? What country?
Saudi Arabia.
The Pilgrims were from what country?
United States. England.
England.
They came from England to Massachusetts, Maine. Why did they come here?
Religion.
Religion. You have to remember that in England at that time, there was one church allowed.
What's the law?
كنيسة
كنيسة جوهرية
وين؟
في
Church of England.
Church of England, that's it. Boom, 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 boom. Anything else? We don't like that. So they said, well, we want to go somewhere where we can have our own religion. And they came to the United States. And they had colonies here. So let's go down here to a few questions on here. Number one, a map and a picture. When I say, what is the difference between a map and a picture?
map. It's a country,
Location.
mountain.
Pardon?
Map
It's what?
is a country,
A country.
mountain.
Location. Location.
What's this?
Map.
A map of what? Hamtramck. Hamtramck. So doesn't have to just be a country, but it can be a map of a place.
Different countries.
It could be even, I could even make a map of this room to show where everything is. But it shows places. Number two is important.
What other countries?
What countries do you know that were colonies?
What countries did they belong to?
Do you know any countries that were colonies?
One area.
Pardon? What
America.
country?
England.
Or England.
That was the big boss. They were the boss. What countries did they say, we're going to be the boss of you? Colonies.
Oh, different countries.
Like what?
Palestine.
America.
Palestine.
Ghana. Different countries.
India.
India was the crown jewel of England. It was a colony of England, run by India. A very ancient country controlled by India. How about this one?
Egypt.
Egypt.
Egypt was a colony of what country?
Country.
Africa.
Country.
Who was the boss?
England.
England.
England, yeah.
Canada.
Who was the
England.
boss?
England.
England and French.
No.
اه
ثانية لحد الآن. لحد الآن.
Australia.
England.
England. Canada.
When you say England and France, who won?
England. French.
Canada. Canada.
No, the English won. Quebec is part of Canada, and it is part of the British Commonwealth
Yeah.
to this day, even though they speak French.
Australia.
Something's wrong there.
Australia.
Australia. Oh my God.
South of Africa.
Angola.
لا لا كيف دولة اسمها
South Africa.
Africa. France.
Pardon?
France.
England.
No,
England had all these places where they were the boss.
Pakistan.
Pakistan was part of
India.
India. Bangladesh was part of India. So you see, colonies, England was the big,
Ethiopia.
Pardon?
Ethiopia, Nigeria.
Ethiopia,
Nigeria.
Nigeria. The English had many places. There were other European countries that were doing the same thing. The French, the Spanish, the Portuguese,
Golf.
Russia. So it's kind of the strange history of, how about Yemen?
South.
English.
Do you know the city of Aden?
And South Yemen.
Who ran Aden? Who was the boss in Aden?
England.
England. So today, these are now their own places. So we'll stop for today, and I will see you next Wednesday. Yep, and Brian will be here with you Monday and Tuesday, and have a wonderful time off. Hoping by next week when I come back, I will speak with Silva and get you on Burlington so that you can practice speaking the language into your computer or cell phone. Practice the language.
Yeah. That's
Yes.